Hello and welcome to Eduleader Speaks by Education World. I'm Reshma. On this episode, we have with us Ms. Madhavi Agarwal. Madhavi Agarwal is the founder of Cygnus World School, a Vadodara-based institution focused on holistic education. Hailing from Kolkata, Madhavi did her schooling at Modern School, Delhi, and is an economics graduate of the Sri Ram College of Commerce. She developed her philosophies in pedagogy with courses in child psychology from the United Kingdom and Harvard University, and honed her business skills with a diploma in business from ICFAI. In 2011, she entered mainstream education by establishing the Cygnus World School with the support of her father, Harshvardhan Kanoria. Welcome, Ms. Madhavi.
Thank you and namaste.
So we'll start with one of the most recent developments that has happened, and that was the presentation of the budget. What is your take on the budgetary allocation that has been made for the education sector in particular?
So look, this is a catch-22 situation because honestly, the budgetary allocation you can say is enough, but it is actually never enough.
Okay.
If you ask me that what are probably two of the areas where I feel that it's very important to have budgetary allocations, the first would definitely be on infrastructure development, specifically in the rural areas for basics like the classrooms, the sanitation, clean drinking water. This still continues to remain to be a problem at the base level. And secondly, definitely it would be technology integration. The usage of computers, so the accessibility to computers, internet, technology aided tools, though the government is trying their best, definitely still we need more budgetary allocation for the same.
Another important development that's happening in the background is the implementation of the National Education Policy. Now, do you think sufficient budgetary allocation has been made for efficient implementation of this?
I think both the questions were connected. So it's not that there is just specific for NEP only, but it's in the education department. And the NEP has some very revolutionary and lofty ideas, which I'm very sure actually we will be able to implement. It's just that it'll take time. Some of the areas in which budgetary allocation has been made and the government is already doing some work is if we look at education in the three sectors. So in early childhood care, we are looking at funding Anganwadis. In the schooling area, the government is spending a lot of money on changing the pedagogy and the curriculum. So making it more multidisciplinary, making it more aptitude-based, introducing the aptitude-based questions. So making a lot of teacher workshop, etc. around that. And the third is the universities, because I think by 2035, they want to have a 50% increase in enrollment. Now that's a big one, multidisciplinary universities, 4-year program. So they need to spend a lot of money on that, a lot of infrastructure, but they are working towards that.
Do you think AI should be integrated into school education? If yes, how do you prevent its misuse? Because it's pretty much like a double-edged sword.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Look, AI is absolutely essential. It has to be introduced into schools. There is no running away from it. It creates personalized learning environments, a better user interface, teaching, assessment, grading, everything is helped by it. School ERPs, all of it. Now, I think schools have to try to promote a conducive environment, an environment which encourages the ethical use of AI. Now, for that, I think they have to lay down some pretty firm policies, rules, regulations, make sure everybody is aware of these rules and regulations, have continuous training, workshops surrounding these by, in school, out school, and really, as I said, provide an environment which encourages the ethical use of AI.
There are a couple of other concepts, something like cybersecurity, ensuring that children are following safe internet usage protocols, POCSO provisions, etc. And I think children should be very much aware of it right now. And what are some ways you think it can be integrated into mainstream education? How do you, keep children abreast about all these?
So as you mentioned, I think cybersecurity, POSCO, there was another third field that you mentioned. All of them are absolutely critical. They have to be part of a school's curriculum. Now, how will they be part of mainstream education? That's a little challenging, but I think some of the ideas would be that there are continuous workshops, counseling sessions around these. People are made aware, children are made aware, parents are made aware. It's important to do it for both sets. And if we actually want to bring it into the formal curriculum, then, what I have often seen is that the language curriculum is used for this. If you look at the textbooks, NCRT textbooks for English or Hindi, a lot of the chapters are related to concepts which they want to bring about knowledge in children about them, whether it is the stories, whether it is the poems. So it's a very short method then of ensuring that it goes across the length and breadth of the country, because conducting a workshop is left to the individual school. Whereas if it's part of a textbook, then it comes into mainstream education, as you asked.
Absolutely. I think textbooks is definitely one of the best ways to.
It is. It's a surefire way.
Yeah, absolutely. So can you tell me over the next 2 years, what our plans are in the pipeline, whether it's in terms of infrastructure upgrades or new programs that you wish to introduce?
That's a very interesting question. I'll take the infrastructure first. There's actually a lot that we are doing right now, and it will go, some of it is already in process, some of it is in place, some of it will come in place. So there's a couple of things which I could talk about. Number one, we are getting in IFPs, that is the interactive flat panels, into every single classroom from nursery to grade 12. It honestly revolutionizes teaching, and similar to your AI then. We're in process with this. We're also in process. We have 3 basketball courts, and we are furnishing them with these international Burgo tiles, which come from Sweden, and they provide like the exact bounce and non-slip, non-friction. These are used in Olympic facilities outdoors. And besides that, there's a lot of other small infrastructure work we're doing. But talking about the programs, we just implemented something called a SMART program, which is student mentoring and training resource. So essentially, grade 10, 11, and 12 students volunteer. We have a concept of a 0 period every day. So they volunteer to mentor students who are weaker from grade 5, 6, 7 in certain subjects like maybe math, science, English. And they talk about their proficiency and why they would like to mentor a child. And then they are mentoring one child for the entire year. And this is something we're just going to put in place, and we're quite excited about it. And another thing which we are going to start are they are multidisciplinary conferences between 5 to 6 schools. Each school, all the schools will be across India, and perhaps we would like to have at least one school from abroad. These would be only 6 schools which would come together. And it's not a competition. It's a collaborative space where we explore arts, culture, tradition, maybe sports. And it's a cohesive thing which we wish to put together. We're also looking at establishing a complete career counseling cell. Another interesting thing we're doing, we're from Gujarat. And here we typically have a problem of not such great proficiency with the English language. We firmly believe that reading can make a difference. And all our schools have wonderful libraries, etc. But we started a concept of open libraries or self-governed libraries. So we put up book nests all over the school. The school has contributed to those book nests, and students have contributed books. And they are literally little nests with a few books and a little notepad there. Anybody who wants can come, pick up a book, take it for an hour, a day, a week, return it, pick up another book, whatever they want. Nobody's monitoring it. And we've done the same thing for our teachers. Myself, my principal, we have contributed books from our personal collection and put little notes on what we liked, why we liked. And we're encouraging the entire teaching community to pick up these. Sometimes nobody goes to the library, but they tend to pick it up from this table. And along with that, we've introduced a Scrabble club and things like this to further enhance the language capabilities. So lots of little things like this.
Okay, that's very exciting to know. So the following questions are going to be one-word questions about you. It's like a rapid fire. So one thinker or philosopher you follow?
Carol Dweck, The Growth Mindset.
Okay. Tell us about your leadership style.
I think it would be democratic.
Okay. And what's that one book on education that you recommend every educationist should pick up and read?
It's called Mind Gym. It's very different. It's based on sports psychology, but it's for every educationist.
Okay. This brings us to the end of the interview. Thank you so much for being with us, Ms. Madhavi. It was wonderful having you.
Thank you, Reshma. It was a lovely interaction. Thank you.
Thank you.